Okay guys, I got some walnut boards here I cut. These boards are about 8 inches wide. So what I did is I cut 3 of them into 16-inch long pieces, just because it's easier to run through the planer that way. And what I'm going to do now is run these through the planer, and my goal, as you can see, they got a little bit of bow to them. But my goal is to just get them flat on each side. It doesn't matter if one side's a little thicker than the other. Ideally, I would run it through the joiner first to flatten one side, but I've only got a 6-inch joiner, and this is an 8-inch wide board, so this will work fine. Because what I'm going to do then is, after I get them all flat, I'm going to cut them all in half. That way they're all 8 by 8, and then glue them all together, stack them up, glue them together to make a nice big chunk to put on the lathe and turn a nice 8-inch, 6 to 8-inch walnut bowl. Now ideally you would just have a big chunk of walnut that's been dried properly to do that, but I don't have that, and I do have these walnut boards. They've been air drying for I think about 3 years now. I haven't checked the moisture on them. I will, but this will work fine. I made several of these last year, so I'll give you a video here, and I'll probably speed it up just not to bore you. Run it through the planer, get them flat, and then we'll go over the table and we'll show the glue up process. Okay, got those all planed down. What I'll do now is take them over the table, give them a quick sanding, just get them really nice and smooth, so the glue up's nice. And then, you notice this piece here has got a big knot in it. I may not even use this half of it, but if I do, I'll position it in an area on the bowl to where that'll be hollowed out. So more than likely this one. So it'll be hollowed out on the inside of the bowl, and we'll do away with that. That seems to have worked for me before. So we'll get them over the table saw now and cut them in half, and then I'll get back with you on the glue up. Okay, we've got these boards ready now to glue up. I want to go over with you the way you want to stack these up. The grain pattern matters, so you want to keep your grains going this way. You want to keep them all going that direction. But not only that, if you look at the ends, you can see that there. Like this one here, the grain's kind of cupping upwards. So you want to do it every other way. So you want one going up, one below it you want going down. And you want to rotate those both directions when you glue that up. And that's supposed to help it keep from warping or anything. So, but one thing you definitely don't want to do is turn it this way to where you have one board with a grain going that way and the other one with a grain going that way. You don't want to do that. So we'll glue this up real quick. What I like to do is start my first one in there like that. Get the board cutter pretty good. And again, I want to pay attention to the grain here, so I should be able to just up. That one's going down. That way. You want to try to square them up the best you can. Doesn't have to be perfect. They're going to want to move on you as you tighten these up, so I'll go back and forth, tightening them, realign them. And it doesn't have to be perfect, because once you start turning it on the lathe, you're going to smooth it all out anyway. So. That good and tight now. I just have to put some more clamps around that, as many as I can get on there, get them good and tight. Let that set for, I'll probably let that set overnight and check on it in the morning. Take it apart in the morning, scrape off the excess glue, and then I'll come back and we'll start videoing again, and I'll show you how to get it set up on the lathe. Okay, as you can see, I got the walnut boards all glued up here. It's the following day now. And what I did is I just drew a circle out on it to make it as big as I could with what I had to work with. Now I'll take this over and I'll cut this out on the bandsaw. And I could just put it on the lathe and work all this off on the lathe, but that's a lot of extra work. It's a lot easier if I can trim these corners off on the bandsaw and then start with more of a circular shape. It makes things go a little quicker. So I'll cut that out and I'll be right back. Okay guys, I'm back over here at the lathe. I've got my walnut bowl blank mounted up and ready to get started. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start to shape the bowl, and then I want to form a tenon on this end of it so that will fit inside of my chuck, so that I can flip the blank around and then hollow out the inside. So that's what I'm going to be doing at first. I'll probably speed the video up some so it doesn't take so long to get through it, but you can see the process and what it turns out like. So here we go. Okay guys, I got the outside of the bowl sanded pretty well. Now I'm going to start hollowing out the inside here. Okay, well, you saw what happened there. I'm glad I caught that on camera, but my tendon just broke off, and I really should have expected that because the bowl I'm making here, I'm trying to make it it's a pretty heavy bowl, and I want it to have some thick side walls, and the chuck I have is really too small. I need to get a bigger chuck to where I can make a bigger tenon for when I'm doing bowls like this. But I've done it before and got away with it, but I've had this happen before too. So it's not a waste. All I have to do is flatten the bottom of this, and then I'll mount it up this way. I'll screw that onto the bottom and then mount this on the lathe, and then I should be good and solid with no more worries. Of course, then I'll have screw holes in the bottom, so I'm gonna have to make sure and not go too deep when I'm hollowing it out so that I can flatten off the bottom of this and do away with the screw holes. So I'll get this mounted up and be right back. Okay, I've got it mounted back up now. I had to true up the outside of it, because anytime you remount it, it's going to be a little bit off. So I had to true up the outside. Now I'm going to get started hollowing out the inside again. Okay guys, we got it back on the lathe here. I already wet it down, did raise the grain, did most of the sanding on it. I'm getting ready to do the final sanding on it now, so I'll just get some video of that. I know a lot of my video, I was kind of in the way of the camera. I hate that, but there's not much I can do about it now. I'm going to try to get this set up a little bit better for you so you can at least see the sanding process. And then I'll take it off the lathe. We'll flip it around, mount it the opposite way, and then I'll dress up that foot on the bottom of the bowl, and then we'll take it off and I'll put a nice finish on it. So stay tuned. Okay, as you can see, it's not a perfect bowl. None of them ever are. But there were some things I had to deal with. You know, when it broke and flew off the lathe, there was a couple of chunks here and there that I had to fill and patch up. But you know, that happens. I mean, there's stuff like that happens a lot, but not to that extent. But so it's not going to be perfectly smooth on the inside. There's a couple little rough spots, but overall pretty nice. I'm not an expert at this. I just enjoy doing it, enjoy learning, and wanted to share it with you guys. So I'm going to go over here now, take this off, remount this the opposite direction so I can dress up this foot on the bottom, and then we'll put a finish on it. Okay, we'll go put a finish on it, see how it looks. Well, unfortunately, guys, I thought I was recording when I put the finish on this bowl, but all I did was take a picture. So I'll include the picture on there. But I really wanted to show you that finish. I'll have to do it on another video, but the finish I use on it, it's a food grade finish, so no worries there. I like to use that on all my bowls that are going to be used, you know, most likely for food. This I think would make a really nice potato chip bowl or something, but I mean, you could put anything in it. But I included some pictures there too with the measurements. I think it's about 7 inches across and I don't know, roughly 6 inches deep. It's a good sized bowl. But the product I used on it, I'll include a link. I've used that now on a lot of bowls. I really like that. I'll include a link to where I get it on Amazon in the description. And I had some people ask me about another video. A couple other videos. I think I was using I just called it Shine Juice. A finish I used on some of my turnings, and what that is, a lot of people use it. It's a mixture of boiled linseed oil, denatured alcohol, and shellac. And it's a 3-part mixture, even. Uh, Mix it evenly, 3 even amounts. And I just put it in. I had an old bottle, a syrup bottle or something. It's pretty handy, and I put it in that and keep it there by the lathe. But you always want to shake it up real good before you use it, because that stuff, it kind of separates when it just sits. But it does a real nice job. It's more or less a friction polish. Like, you get a good coat on there, and then you speed your lathe up and hold your rag on there and get it to where you can feel your rag getting warm as you're putting it on. You got to keep that rag moving, though. You don't want to hold it in one spot. Keep it moving, and as it warms up, it just brings a real nice shine on it. Some people were asking me about that too, so I'll include links to all of those items, Amazon links. That's where I get about everything, so I'll include those links in the description if you have any interest in that. But and like I say, this bowl, I'll probably put it on eBay. If you guys have any interest in it, shoot me a message or comment or something, and I'll give you the link to the auction on eBay. It won't be set up as an auction. I'll just set it up as a just a sale. This bowl's got a couple little flaws in it. It's not perfect. A bowl like that, if I'd have got it all just right. This is the first bowl I've done since last winter, so I got to kind of get back into things. But a bowl like that should sell for probably around $80 to $100, which is a lot of work. And then, of course, you got the walnut. Walnut's not cheap. A lot of materials there involved. But I'm guessing I'll probably put it on there for like $40 or something. So, well, thanks for watching. I really appreciate if you like and subscribe. I'm trying to get this channel up and going. I started it about 5-6 years ago, and lots of things happened. I actually recently uploaded a video explaining all that and where I'm planning to go with this channel. So take a look at that if you have time. But I'm really trying to get it going. If you can hit that like button, most of all, that really helps. It costs you nothing, but it helps me out. And if you enjoyed the video, then please subscribe. Okay, thank you.